Welcome everybody to Everything Black. Tonight, I just want to know where the Democrats at. Where did they go? What happened? Kamala was supposed to been coming on last night. That didn't seem to happen. She came on later today, and she gave a statement. And I was just like, wow, she abandoned her own party last night. I thought that was cold. But we're gonna keep it moving here. I got a video for everybody to check out and kind of understand how something when something is right in your face and you don't see it. Now check this out. 1 second.
In order to keep it simple, always think of yourself as a prisoner of war.
Right.
All right? And your prison uniform is your skin color. That's your prison uniform. All right? In the system of white supremacy. You're already captured. They're not trying to capture you. You were captive before you were born. You were born in prison. Think of yourself as being a born prisoner of war. So you act accordingly. That's why I keep using that movie, Shawshank Redemption, as an example. Think of yourself every day as being a prisoner of war. And you act the way that a prisoner of war. See, once you start thinking that you're a free person and all like that, you're already in danger. You're putting yourself in danger. A lot of, particularly younger black people, are not told this. So therefore, they just walk around saying, "Hey, I'm a man. I'm a woman. I'm supposed to be respected and all like that." No, you're not. You're in a system of white supremacy, and I mean, you not do anything. You have to see it that way. Why? Because the people that run this world see you that way, whether you see yourself that way or not. And that is your actual status. All right. So if I'm walking through what they call a mostly white neighborhood, which is not supposed to be no such thing, a white neighborhood, that's not even supposed to exist in a correct society. A white neighborhood, what are you talking about? A white neighborhood, what is a white neighborhood? Well, if you don't know that, I mean, hey, then you need to get educated.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
You don't understand racism. But if I'm walking through what is called that, and what everybody says, I mean, black people say it, white neighborhood, black neighborhood, without even thinking. What are you saying? These things are not even supposed to exist.
Right.
A neighborhood is like Mr. Rogers. Everybody's a neighbor. The whole world is a neighborhood. What are you talking about? Oh, no, it ain't quite like that. Why? Because it ain't quite like that. So when you're walking through, if I'm walking through the area, what? Don't fuss, don't fight, don't flee.
Yes.
I mean, if a white person comes out of their house and say to me from their doorstep, "Hey, you. Hey, you, I'm talking to you over there. Where are you going?" I'll stop. And I'll say, "I'm taking care of business." I'll answer the question. "What business? You ain't got no business over here." Now, this might actually happen. I expect it to happen at any time, And I'll address. See, I address exactly what the person is saying, and that's the code way. Pay attention to exactly what the person is saying. The person is making a statement. "I don't have any business over here." Okay. Now I have a question. Sir, where am I supposed to be going? Where am I supposed to conduct business? And wait for his answer. See, I'm not going to raise my voice or nothing. I'm going to answer. I'm going to address what he's talking about. And since I don't know what he's talking about, I have to ask, because I'm going to get this straight from him. See, it ain't going to be no argument. This is going to be a conversation, because that's what the code teaches me.
Oh, I got a little buffer now.
Okay.
Hey, don't argue with anybody.
Right.
Have a conversation, but don't argue. And if he comes down off the porch and want to follow it up, I'm not going to start calling them names or something like that. You ain't got no business telling me nothing, blah, blah. I don't go, I'm going to address what he's saying.
Okay.
And let him tell me, all right, everything that I'm supposed to be doing and why.
Okay.
Okay? And then in the meantime, if he's acting belligerent, I'll say, well, sir, maybe this thing is going to the extent, well, we need a third party or two. So then I will get on my cell phone, if I got one, and call the law enforcement officers and see what they have to say about this whole scenario, since we are having a civil conversation here, and let them determine where it goes from there.
Alrighty.
It's got a little buffer in it.
Whomever they may be. Take it step by step.
That's the great Neely Fuller. That was the great Neely Fuller Jr. I just wanted y'all to get a little snippet of that. When you're in a place where you going to conduct business and you get stopped by the dominant society, there are ways and codes in which you must react or act in a situation like that. I just thought I'd bring it to y'all right quick. But where is the Democrats? Where they at? They lost the race last night, and I can't seem to find nobody. I've been looking, searching, uh, checking out the internet, messing with y'all today on Facebook. You know, just just going back and forth, looking. I can't find them. But I accidentally went on my homeboy YouTube there, Jason Black, and I found a few. And I just want to know if y'all saw this too. So give me a few seconds here. I'm gonna play a few snippets. Y'all need to go check out this show. It's called The Black Authority. You need to check that out on Saturdays and Sundays nights at 7 o'clock. Now check this out.
Joy Reid has gone viral. Joy Reid, they're reposting this clip I'm about to play for you all everywhere. This is Joy Reid going viral, y'all.
About this on this set numerous times is that you
who is a disinformation propagandist and now could potentially have a direct line to the Oval Office.
About this on this set numerous times is that you have a state where you've got a 6-week abortion or a 12-week abortion. I think theirs might be 12 weeks.
Yep.
But it's a state where women lost their reproductive rights, where there was a very heavy push to get women to focus on not putting in place, re-electing, putting back into the White House the person who was responsible for taking those rights away and restoring them. But that message obviously was not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy. And, God bless Shannon Watts, who's tried to have that conversation.
Brief aside, y'all, what is going on with Joy Reid's hairline, y'all? What is happening to that hairline? They got her up here looking like a Ferengi.
Got a little buffering going on. It'll come back on. I'm hearing
From Star Trek The Next Generation. What is going on with the hairline, people? What is happening? I don't know what is
Fair
going on
use,
here, but
fair use
just
Facebook.
strange things. Can explain it, but don't get it. So something got to give, and it looks like the hairline is what gave up. So it's just she's stressing, y'all. This is what happens when you wake up every day and you're a feckless liar. This is what happens. She's stressing so bad, her hair's coming out. She toe up from the flow up. This is what happens when you stress every day. Just every day, she just can't take it. She just out of her mind.
Way and restoring them. But that message obviously was not enough to get enough white women to vote for Vice President Harris, a fellow woman. This will be the second opportunity that white women in this country have to change the way that they interact with the patriarchy. And, you know, God bless Shannon Watts, who's tried to have that conversation. But if people aren't receptive to it, and if people vote more party line or more on race than on gender and on protecting their gender, there's really not much more that you can do but tell people what.
I don't know why they keep trying to put race and gender together. I'm confused by that sometimes.
The motherland to relax and rejuvenate. Are you ready to explore
That's
all
right.
that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course.
Like I said, I don't know why they keep trying to mix race and gender together. Um, it's like their struggle is our struggle. We have two different struggles, you know. When a person is thinking who is a male or a female, and inside of their brain or inside of their thoughts, they deceive themselves into thinking that they are another person or the opposite person in their body. I mean, that's confusion. It's like sexually confused. You see what I'm saying? Racism, white supremacy is all about confusion. If they can confuse you, they got you. You know, that's what they're doing to our kids every day when we send them to our schools to get indoctrinated into the new gender. You know, they tell them if you're a little girl, they say, well, you know, you strong, you can be a little boy. You know, you don't have to be a girl. You can be a little boy. And then they tell our boy, you don't have to be strong. You can be weak and nice and sweet. You can even wear a dress like Polly doing over there. You can put on heels like your mom do. This is what they telling our kids. Don't call the teachers who may be a male. He might be telling the kids, you know, don't call me he or him. You know, you can call me Mr. Miss. Don't call me Miss or Mister or he or him. They mean for you to call them, you know, he or him. They they are trying to confuse the kids. Hell, they got me confused because I'm talking now and it sounds confusing to me. If it's a male, he might want to be addressed as he, she, but they looking at a man. They looking at what is a man, but this man is saying, call me he, she. I may look at a man, but ignore that part. That's what he's telling them. I'm a female. right? That confused a little kid. And that's what they want. They want to confuse them early. So when they get up teenage age, they start getting these feelings for other teenagers. Now these kids are confused. You done instituted them or um, indoctrinated them to think that they are the opposite sex and they want the same sex. That's crazy. So I just wanted to know where the Democrats are. And so I had to go to YouTube and find them. And had to go back to my brother's show here, and we found another one. This is Al Sharpton here. Let me go over here. Oh yeah, this is the one I wanted to get to right here. Check this out. This is Maxine Waters. If y'all didn't know, she's a congressman lady out there in California. And just listen how she talks about Trump. Instead of bringing up the issues of Kamala Harris, she's bringing up the issues of Trump. Now, just listen at this right here. The first thing Democrats like to do, the first thing they like to do is tell lies. He asked her a question, exactly what went on. And you can see she kicks it right off with a lie. Watch this.
I don't know if it should be described as something gone wrong. Uh, Evidently, in this
The first thing she do, she blames white people for Trump's victory. She doesn't tell the truth. She goes right over to the white side of this thing. So that's the first lie. I'm gonna keep letting her go, letting her talk.
34 felonies, someone who has been open.
Now they gave Trump all these felonies to keep him from coming or becoming president. This was a Democrat strategy. So they gave him all the felonies, trying to keep him from becoming the next president. This was a strategic plan. So listen how she throwing out all the shit on Trump. Why white people voted for him in Mississippi. Watch how she twist this thing. It's just deception. Just watch how she talk. Listen to every word she say.
Openly and brazenly racist. Someone who has, talked about his love for.
First of all, both parties is racist. All right, they don't give a crap about black people. That's period. Don't ever be deceived by that.
Putin and Kim Jong Un and made some statements favorable to Hitler. It doesn't matter.
This is all why you don't like him, but why has America voted for him?
See, I like the way he kept asking her the question. She was like he said, she was starting to go in as, dang, why you don't, I got to tell the American people why I don't like him, not issues, not about the real reason of why nobody voted for Kamala or why her voting group was down, why her average scores was down when they was telling us the whole time they were telling her she was ahead. All the polls were telling us she was ahead. That's part of their little strategy that they use to make us believe stuff. The whole news organization was behind this whole thing. The news media putting up those fake poll numbers. But see, like I say, the truth comes out. Just let it play out sometime, and it'll come out. But listen at all these excuses she giving.
Racism is the basic point. Now, I know that there will be some support.
Did she say racism? A lot of y'all be telling me, "Oh man, racism dead. Ain't no white supremacy." But now you hear this Democrat congressman talking about racism. What? Really? Racism exists? Hmm.
From some minorities, but basically we're outnumbered. We're outnumbered. And it's not about whether or not, people.
We're outnumbered. We're outnumbered. That's what she said. Who is we? Who is we? When they in 2020 they won the election. Were they outnumbered? When did the numbers change? I didn't get a memo. Did y'all get a memo? Well, when them Democrats lose, they lose. They crash out. She's crashing out right now. Just watch this lady. She's crashing out.
Are, are selecting absolutely based on public policy or whether or not there's an elected official who's willing to do what's in the best interest of all of the people. It is about folks who are willing to accept him no matter how bad he is, no matter how dishonorable he is, no matter how brazen.
So he's dishonorable. Is Kamala dishonorable? Is Kamala racist? And then some of y'all gonna say it's Kamala. Man, I don't care what that woman name is. You got Democrats. Say her name right. Say her name right. Really? What is me saying her name right gonna do? You know, all of us say names different. Some say Kamala, just that's the way the culture is. Some say Kamala, some say Kamala. No disrespect, but she don't deserve respect. Did you see how that woman did those black people in California? Did y'all hear what she said when they asked her, what you gonna do for black people? Are there any black policies or black agenda in your policy? She said, no, I'm not gonna do anything for the black folks. Not specifically. No. See, she's not gonna give us nothing. And when you cast your vote to somebody like that, you agree with them. See, that's what y'all don't understand. When you give your vote up like that, you agree with uh, the person you're giving your vote to. Whatever they decide to do with you once you cast your vote to them, it's on you. And you'll hear people like, well, I can hold them accountable. You can't hold them accountable. You can hold them accountable, but they ain't gonna change. Look at that mayor in Chicago. They holding him accountable. They done gave him his vote, their vote. And look what he doing to them. You dig what I'm saying? You can give your vote to somebody and you can hold them accountable, but they don't change them. Because you gave your vote, you gave them your power, you gave them your agreement. Saying, I'm down with you. Those that voted for Trump, you gave him your agreement. You said, I'm down with you. So however he decided to treat you, you agreed with it. Now, me, I didn't vote for neither party. I'm a registered voter, but I'm withholding my vote. If you don't give us nothing, Foundation Black Americans, the Freemen, if you don't give us anything, we're not giving you our vote. No reparations, no vote. And when we say reparation, we mean cash. We ain't talking about no land, no gold, no silver, no um, uh, nothing that's not tangible. Okay? We want cash and we can go buy everything we want. And don't worry about what we do with the money. Just give us the money you owe. You know, we're not asking anymore. You owe the money. And if you want to win the election, you're going to have to pay. They gave y'all $1 billion and y'all couldn't win an election with $1 billion. So you can't go against the black vote because whichever way we go, that's the way it's going to go.
He is, and his race is attitude racism. But the fact of the matter
Did she
is,
say
the majority
people don't like to talk about racism? But I hear black people saying all the time, ain't no racism. If it is, ain't nothing we can do about it. Yes, it's something you can do about it. You can do just what you did in this election. You can shut the Democrats up. See, white supremacy has two wings on a bird. You break one wing, the bird gonna fall. Now, we done dealt with these Democrats. Now we gotta deal with them Republicans. Somebody gonna respect us. Period. Now, if y'all get on code and just let them know that being on code is doing something that works. We've been voting for these people for the last 50 years and they ain't been giving us nothing because our grandparents runs up there, give them the vote. All they want is a black face or some type of symbolism like a holiday. You know, that's all they want. They ain't asked for no cash. They didn't even ask for land. They just want to give you their vote. Back then, I think all they wanted was a job. a job, something you have to work 40 years and get half of the pay.
Majority of his votes are going to come from whites. And that's who has been talking.
Yeah, the majority of his votes is coming from white. But remember, black men threw in 25%. Remember, that's all he needed. 20% is all he really need. 20% of the black vote, and he's good. Because the majority of white people are behind it. But you Democrats, y'all used to get 90% of our votes of the black vote. Y'all need 90% of the black vote to win. See? And when we gave y'all 90, that's why we on y'all ass all the time. We give y'all 90% of our vote, but y'all don't give us not one dime of the proceeds. You'll say minority. You use words like minorities. You'll use words like uh, people of color. And we all know that the majority of that money go to other groups. And then we get the little crumbs. No more, Democrat. If we vote 90% for y'all, we want 90% of the cash. We want 90% of the issues taken care of. You don't tell us, we tell you. That's how it go from now on.
To all campaign about taking the country back. Taking it back from whom? Taking it back from too many minorities who are doing too well, who are succeeding.
Now listen, she's a black woman. She's a black woman talking about minorities. She won't say the word black. You know, she won't say the word black. Look at how she's doing. She's a black woman, voted in by black people, but talking about everybody else but us. You know, everybody. She talking about everybody but us. This is a black lady right here. Got the majority of the black votes. She wouldn't even be there if it weren't for us. But she don't talk about our issues. She talking about minorities. She talking about everybody.
We're closing the wealth gap.
Too many minorities.
How the hell is we closing the wealth gap and we on the bottom? White supremacy is a group sport. That means it take all of them. Black people, we got to know this is not an individual thing. That's why we lose. We all trying to do an individual thing instead of say, hey, our kids, our generations will be better if we stand together and get this paper that's owed to us. If you're a black person and you broke and you poor right now, they holding your money. When you see them cutting checks for Hispanics, Jews, Russians, all these other groups out here, that's your paper. And they'll ignore you and you put them in there. Oh, no. That's not going to happen no more. We're going to stick together and we're going to get the paper that's owed. We all have to think like this. We all have to wake up and say, it's time to get the paper. Your children, if Foundation Black American Children, don't have to suffer. If you are born, we are all born, mainly, probably 90% of us born broke. Because most of the time, our parents don't leave us crap. And we got to all start from scratch. And I know black men understand that. Because black men take on ladies and then children, you know. And then we work our ass off for them. We give our lives for our families. But yet, we don't get a darn thing. Everybody else get these benefits, you know. Cut the check. Make these folks cut the checks for our families. They can do it. Look at COVID. They come up with $2 trillion. $2 trillion. We built the country. They don't give us crap. Our ancestors built this country from electric. That light bulb you see, that electric going through that light bulb, that's us. Thank you, white Americans, Latinos, all you other groups out there. Y'all need to thank us. When you open a door, we built the doorknob. We put the doorknob on the door. Y'all need to thank us. One for us, y'all wouldn't have immigration. Y'all need to thank black people for that. Foundation Black America, y'all, we need to get thanks. And while you're thanking us, cut a check. Cut a check for us. You owe us. So now I want to go to Real Mile over here. Listen to that old Real Mile.
All the polls, she was the most popular figure in America at that time, just a 180 overnight, and you were feeling the breeze and you were floating on joy. Oh, you saw her with Oprah. You saw her with all your favorite celebrities and actors and athletes. And, oh, I'm talking about you were walking on sunshine. So you can't say that she wasn't given a chance and an ample opportunity. You can't say that the people didn't get behind her. She was ahead of Trump for a month. So she had all the leeway she needed. And yet, it didn't happen. So who do you blame for this? I want you to go ahead and talk to me. Where's Dominique? What? You wanted things to go the other way?
Well, most African Americans, blacks, whatever you want to call us, vote Democrat. But if they knew their history, they would be Republicans anyway.
Mm.
And I just want to say this: Trump never was a.
Now this might be a good segue here for y'all listening at this sister who is a Republican. Listen to how she's talking. Check her out. This I wasn't intending on playing this, but hey, we might well listen in. I hope that y'all get something out of this. Those are my goals.
A politician. He's always been a businessman. That's why he was able to sit at every table. When you move around and you own businesses, you're able to sit at everybody's table. So he didn't discriminate.
I mean, but what I'm saying though is that did you have any people that you know who were voting for Kamala?
Of course, I knew people that was voting for her, but
did they know that you were voting for Trump?
Yes.
And what did they think? What did they think of that?
Listen. My 11-year-old grandson went to school, and he goes to private school. and he was yelling Trump. Listen, he said he don't care. He go what his grandma say, and I told him, and they was talking mess to him at school, but he
Okay.
stood his ground.
Okay. Well, I was thinking about you in particular there, but thank you very much for giving us a call. Yeah, definitely. Like I say, this.
Got a little buffing going on.
If you are, I want my Democrats to go ahead and give me a call, though. I'm giving them. I'm going to try to give my Democrats a chance to get that off of their chest.
I was trying to go to Al Sharp, and I want y'all to hear how he was talking. Give me a second here.
You've got to be honest. Among Hispanic men and black men, there's a lot of misogyny.
I want y'all to notice something. Whenever they mention, if they do mention us, they got to mention another group. Whenever they say black, they got to mention a Hispanic group. You know, they don't just go, it's black people, you know. This amount of black people did this. They can't say that. They just got to go, the blacks and the Hispanics, or the blacks and the the LGBTQ, the blacks in who another group. You know what I'm saying? They won't just mention us directly, except when they trying to talk down on us. You like Obama did. He pointed his finger and talked down on black men. The Obamas, the Harrises, Al Sharpton, all these old Negroes, they done. The Democrat Party is done. Unless they come to us with a new contract, with a nice little contract with a little check on the end. Oh, we down. We cool. We good. It's just business. Come to us with a pen and a check and just go ahead and write it out, And by the way, that'll be a monthly check, yearly check, you know, for the next 100 years. I mean, we've been waiting for 100 years, so you need to pay 100 years with interest. And it's building up starting right now. I just put a little more interest on it. So I was thinking more like 50 trillion. That's what you owe us. So, and if you keep bullshitting, it's going to be 100 trillion. We don't care. We're going to get the money. And this will be heaven on earth. When we get this reparation money, that's heaven on earth. You ain't got to worry about going to heaven now. You're going to get a little bit of it right here. So, black people, please stick together, stand together, develop a code. There are no leaders coming no more. The leaders are done. You are the leaders. I am a leader. We have to step into the code. The code is the leader. We have to replace this system called white supremacy. We have to replace that. You can't have two systems. You're only going to have one. And we have to work together to replace it. And the first thing we need is a black crime bill. We need to stop these police officers from murdering us and harassing us. We need an anti-black crime bill. And we need a check to go with it. So nothing can be done without a check. And everybody needs to stick together on that. We need our money. Our children need our money. Their children gonna need their money. So don't just let it stop at us. Don't just let it stop at our children. Our great-great-grandchildren need that money. So while you breathing on this earth and you got this black skin and you are a foundation freeman in America, We need this money. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about the election, try to find out where is the so-called Democrats. I mean, I can't find one. I got family members. I know they voted Democrat. Where are they? Where y'all at? Y'all know my phone number. Give me a call. Tell me what y'all think about y'all new president. What y'all think about Kamala just stiffed y'all last night, didn't even come out and say nothing. My phone number on the screen. Give me a holler. Uh, I'll be dropping this video about 10:30. I don't even know if I'm on here live or not right now. But anyway, I just want to get on here and talk to my people. I have a group of friends that usually get on here with me, but tonight I just want to come on here and connect with everybody. I'm gonna be bringing some heat. I'm bringing some heat to help everybody get on code. Uh, Jason Black is a guy y'all need to go check out, the Black channel, if y'all don't know anything about it. You got Tariq Nasheed, you got Neely Fuller Jr., all these Professor Black Truth. You got Phil over there with the Diaspora channel, you got Vicky Dillard, good sister, good information, very spiritual lady. If y'all into, spirituality. Um, Black people, we got to get on code. We have to. It's nothing else we can do really except to do that. These last 50 years, it's been killing us voting for these Democrats, and they don't give you none. They ignore you. Be all in the church. What preacher let these people get in his church and then get up in front of y'all, just doing what he do, really taking your money? I don't think God need none of y'all money. But you're so happy to run up there and give it to him because you think you're going to get a blessing. If that's the case, you paying for the blessing. The blessing should be that all God's children, especially the foundation Black Americans, get their money. That's the blessing. That's what we should all get up every morning saying, today we're going to get this money. Time for white supremacy to pay. Time for these Democrats to pay. Time for these Republicans to pay. They owe us. They owe our ancestors. Man, they didn't give them crap. And we giving them our vote, and they're not giving us nothing. We can't keep doing that, people. Family, we have to get together on this thing. And I'm going to try to connect y'all with all these Black channels. The new Black media is what they call themselves. That's what we call ourselves, the new Black media. And we're Foundation Black Americans. We're not from Africa. Our family that was in Africa died 500 years ago. We don't know those people over there. They show us they don't know us when they get over here. So you don't have to take the bull crap we've been getting. So family, be safe out there. And remember, get on code. It's a must that we get on code and learn the codes. I appreciate y'all for giving me a few minutes of your time. And I will be back Sunday night at 9 o'clock. And have a good night. Everything Black. See you Sunday night at 9 o'clock. And we're going to bump on out. Thank you for joining me tonight.